my thoughts. I shut it down wherever power is stored. Being real is in the past, watching cowards get on. It ain't kill me, so it's making me stronger. And these bite-sized rappers now sensing my...
What the hell's going on, people? This is Periodic, and you see the title of the video. We're going to start doing, Taibo getting into this. If you are, like, under 20, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. I just realized. Anyway, we are taking a look at chain battle, explosive chain battle to be 100% correct, and how its assets have already been included into Global's database. We're going to jump over onto the Dokkan Wiki, aka the DBZ-Dokkan Battle.fandom.com, or you can just Google Dokkan Wiki. That's the easiest way to find it. But this is super exciting. Shout out to Dokkan Assets over on Twitter, aka Epic Mewtwo over on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to the boy, go subscribe to him, and also follow this page because he's always dropping the HD arts and stuff like that. So very, very useful. But he pretty much came across all of the assets showing off a ton of stuff, right? The LR Vegeta and Nappa, all of the information regarding Tech Slug and Strength Kaioken Goku over on Japan. But over on Global, we have all of the info, all of the graphics, all of the sprites, all of the artwork for Explosive Chain Battle, which is coming over to Global. Now, if you have no idea what that is, you probably don't play JP. And we're going to go over it right now, and then we're going to take a look at all of the English global assets for it, because it's super exciting. So they could be doing one of two things. They could either be throwing it in here early because they figured, all right, we have this huge update that we're going to drop anyway. We might as well start putting a ton of assets into the game that we're going to activate later on, right? So this could be just like, hey, Explosive Chain Battle came out like 3 months after the anniversary, and we're planning on turning this on during the Tanabata banner for Global, the thank you banner, the thank you celebration in November. But we'll just put the files into the game right now, just kind of have them sit there, and then we'll eventually just flip it on during November. Or they can be saying, hey, Chain Battle is going to go live either part 1 of the celebration, of the 5-year celebration, part 2 of the 5-year anniversary celebration, or we can have it happen right afterwards, right? Like right in the end of August. They could just be like, all right, Chain Battle is now active. And that would be insane because it would be Global catching up to Japan at record speed, which we haven't seen before. And I know a lot of people are on one side of the fence or the other side of the fence, as my cat just jumped off of my refrigerator. People are on one side of the fence or the other saying, I don't want Global to catch up because I like having that 6-month period between myself and, my game Global and Japan. Really, it's 4 to 6 months at this point. So I know what to spend my stones on, what not to spend my stones on, what units to grind, what units not to grind, how to do things, because the JP players have already figured it out. Or there's the other side of we all get the same celebrations. The hype is real. We're getting the same anniversaries at the same time. Everyone's partaking in top grossing and all that stuff. So, it's kind of like both sides have valid concerns and valid points. Anyway, let's take a look at what Explosive Chain Battle is. Like I said, it came out May 1st, 2020 over on JP. It's a new battle mode that uses the power of friends to reach a high score and aim for the highest rankings. When this was first introduced, I dropped a video on it. I'll probably end up putting a card somewhere. A lot of people thought it was co-op coming into the game because the bits and pieces that the data miners were able to see saw all that stuff of using the power of friends, and they were like, whoa, wait a second, is this co-op coming into the game? But as more stuff was discovered, we kind of figured out, no, it's just like you bring a friend and then you do a lot of damage, and then that's the game mode. So it became less, the hype levels, let's just say, kind of lowered. But anyway, so the new treasure, Unity Mark, can be obtained in Explosive Chain Battle. By collecting Unity Mark, you'll be able to open the secret treasure chest, which is already live on Global, that will appear at Baba Shop. It can be opened with each 100 of the Unity Marks collected, with 1 skill orb as a reward, chosen randomly from the ones available. We will be making a video going deep into skill orbs. I actually made one as soon as orbs were available. I think I was actually one of the first people. Back then, the data miners had called them skill balls until the proper translation was there. So I'll probably have a card for that as well. But Chain Battle consumes its own energy system. By the way, I want to see if the special website actually exists. Is this going to be in Japanese? Yes, it is. Okay, I figured. That's actually really cool. I've never been on this website before, so we're actually going to see this together. Yeah, this is pretty dope, actually. I like that. So we have some information, a little player here. Hopefully it doesn't blow up my eardrums. It doesn't look like there's any audio at all. Yeah, here, can I do 2 times? No, I can't. Oh, that's kind of whack. So this is essentially what the gameplay looks like, and then we'll go back over to the actual explanation of what we're watching right now. Good Lord, I wish I can do 2 times. Like, what is going on right here? It is cool that they created these new assets and stuff, and created like this new scenario. It's kind of like the original Battlefield. If you guys never seen that, I'd never played JP back then, so I wasn't around for the original Battlefield, but you can check out, I believe, like Nanogenics and like a few other people, maybe Rhymestyle were making videos back then, possibly like Living Ichigo and guys like that, were the YouTubers that were making stuff of the first 1.0 Battlefield, which was way different than what we have now, because it was kind of like this weird side-scrolling adventure type game, I guess you can call it, which is pretty crazy. I do wish this game mode had a little bit more interaction. As you can see here, there's not really much that you're doing. You kind of just set your team, and then you just hope that you do a ton of damage, and that's really about it. The art is cool, like trying to get the high placement is really cool too. That's a ton of damage, as you can see there, but that's essentially what that is. I believe that will be the end of the video. Yeah, and it's just going to restart. So yeah, we'll just take a look at the Japanese, because I'm sure we will get a English translation, and then we'll go back over and kind of just read. Yeah, okay, so cool. So let's go back. Chain Battle consumes its own energy system, so you're not going to have to worry about using stamina. A max of 5 energy can be held, and 1 bar will restore every 3 hours. Additionally, energy may be restored with Dragon Stones. This may be done a max of 5 times. Players may also send nice messages to friends that have recently helped in battle, providing rewards. So that's not bad. You may select 20 characters to offer support to other players. Characters must be Z-awakened to participate, meaning they have to be SSR'd or higher. 10 of these characters are of superclass, 10 of extreme. Bosses will be weak to specific categories and links, which will deal greater damage. Characters with a blue outline belong to the effective category, and those with a red outline are effective against the boss. The boss will change every time the event cycle comes back. A player must then pick 2 teams to aid them in battle. The combined effectiveness of a team and selected character is displayed through 2 bars on the upper right of the screen. A glowing bar shows the team has ideal effectiveness, so their peak. During the battle, players will have a limited amount of time to select 3 characters who will attack the boss. So it's kind of like you want to choose them as fast as possible, by the way, because that does matter. If 3 supporters are not chosen within the time limit, the slots will be randomly filled. Your enemy will receive a small amount of additional damage based on the remaining time. The effectiveness of the attack carried out by the 3 units will depend on how effective they are on their own. Powerful combinations will result in greater damage, while lesser combinations will result in less damage dealt. So pretty much this is giving you an example here. If half the time elapses and you have already chosen more than 1 supporter, the suitable supporters will be highlighted to help you make your choice. However, the additional damage dealt to your enemy will become barely significant after half of the time has elapsed. So it is recommended that you decide on the supporters as soon as possible. So that is very, very important. And then this is talking about let's talk about the ranking. In a similar fashion to the World Tournament, rankings are available, which will provide a reward to the player after the event. So there you go. Top 1%, 2 to 3, 4 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 35, 36 to 50, 51 to 75, 76 to 100. I'm going to tell you right now, only like the extreme whales that have everybody 100%ed are going to be in that 1% and possibly even that 2 to 3%. But let me know what you've gotten on the Japan chain battle down in the comments below. I do read every single comment, so I will definitely check that out. But anyway, let's jump back over to Dokkan Assets now that you kind of understand what that is, and we actually get to see the art that he's been able to extract from the game files. Explosive. So we know it's going to be called Explosive Chain because we got some of the letters here. Battle, obviously. And then this is just like all the artwork for the Explosive Chain Battle. Here's the start of it. Boom. So again, all of it has been translated in English, which was interesting because at first we were given the Japanese files, which was really strange. Here's the gauge right there, and then some of the just the headers and the leading and stuff like that. And then we got even more assets of the percentage and whatnot, which is kind of cool. Even more here. I mean, this just looks really, really dope. So this is the ranking if you're like top 1%, 2 to 3%, 4 to 5, right? What is this rainbow for? That's interesting. And then we have ranking results. So after, you know, everything's been completed and whatnot. So here he's showing some of the new categories and some of the HD art, which he does post, which is fantastic. Look at this really, really good HD art. And then if we keep going up, LR, Nappa, and Vegito. A very interesting post here. This is, so let's go up here because he had something really, really interesting. First off, Piccolo, Demon King Piccolo, the LR, is in the game, but he won't be available on this World Tournament, most likely the next. And then we have the Goku Black and Zamasu, again, translated form in the database, which is cool. He kind of looked like a Legends right here with all that shading, right? And then we have LR Broly right there, which is really cool in the game. And then he had something else that was super interesting. So a lot more text here. Again, this is the font for global, which is very, very interesting. And then this is the nice thing of sending thumbs up to somebody, which is really funny. And then, yeah, so here's even more chain battle stuff. Success, results, nothing. And nothing there. And then versus and whatnot. And then there was one last thing that I wanted to quickly talk about, which is the story assets here. So here's more returning login bonus, which is interesting. Here it is. So Extreme Z Area Project Zero Mortals intro. So this is the global event that you're going to get for the EZA Zamasu, which is really, really cool that this is already in the game files for the 5-year anniversary. I think this is pretty much it. I mean, you got all the files for the 5-year anniversary, essentially all of the login screens, which are really, really dope. You know, I'm going to be using those for some of the thumbnails. You got all of the countdown days, which are fantastic. Just a lot of cool stuff there. And then last but not least, this is the intelligence Trunks EZA that we're getting. More global update stuff, which is cool. I believe this is more Dokkan stuff, icon effects, chain battle secret box again. And then this is what's really dope. The wallpapers. Woo, look at those HD wallpapers, boy. That is very, very nice. So that's just pretty much the icon of who you want to choose. I myself have this as my JP background right now, my JP wallpaper, but you also have the choice of picking this Zamasu and Vegito, which looks fantastic in my mind. And yeah, some more assets for Chain Battle, including the secret box and the 5-year anniversary coins that you're going to be able to get different things with, different rewards. Here is the trade jewel right there. LR Nappa Vegito, we already talked about it. LR Vegito, Super Saiyan Gohan. I think I actually don't know if I saw some of this stuff. But yeah, this is pretty much more chain battle stuff. Very, very interesting. But yeah, you can go on his Twitter and check out all this stuff because he always posts it. I think this is like my second video that I made about Dokkan Assets Twitter, Epic Mewtwo's Twitter, because it's super, super fascinating to be able to check out all this stuff. Look at this. New cards, data download. Look at that beautiful art. Beautiful art. That looks tough. That looks super, super tough. And Chain Battle, whether it comes out during the 5-year anniversary or not, it is already in the game files for global Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, and all of the files are in the game already, which is absolutely nuts. It makes me think that, yes, we will get it, most likely right after the 5-year anniversary ends, possibly even in part 2, which would be shocking, but it seems like they're trying to speed up global, and I ain't mad about that. What I would be mad about is if you watch this entire video and you haven't subscribed to the channel. I mean, that just does not make any sense to me at all, and we're all secretly judging you, us members in the club. If you want to go beyond the club, there is, of course, the Biz Cliz, which is the membership that you can sign up just by hitting the join button. $1.99 gets you a bunch of emotes that you can spam in my chat when I'm streaming. And if you want to go even greater than that, you have the Elite $4.99. You get access to all of my streams even when they're offline. So you get a VOD of all my streams. It helps out the channel tremendously, especially since a few months ago I was demonetized by YouTube for no reason at all. Even when I asked them, they couldn't give me a reason. So there's that. Helps out a ton. Either way, gently rub that sub button, gingerly ring that bell button, essentially kiss that like button. As always, this is Periodic. See y'all in the next video.